the look on the Aspen's face when he congratulates her.
Hello. Okay, so it is 10 at night. I have a short window to do this live. Let me mute this because this has a bunch of bad words. I just like having something in the background. It makes me feel like I have company, like I'm not alone. And it kind of helps with my nerves too, because I do get a little shaky sometimes with lives. I mean, I think I'm shaky now because I haven't done a live celebrity chat like this in like over a week, and that space, it just makes me feel like, I don't know, like the the floor beneath me is missing. Okay, hi, hello. Um, so I guess we'll get right into it. Let's just do it, right? I have a list of things here. You know what I really wanted to, let's just go there with the legal stuff. Envy was recently, I don't know, I guess the guy that he worked with, I don't even know his name, Caesar something, Caesar Pena, I think. He was arrested for all the supposedly wire, like illegal wire transfers or something like that, and it was all over the news that he had, owed people a lot of money. The one thing that stood out to me with that whole ordeal, which is terrible, because like there are some people that lost like 200K, 300K, and I'm not saying that, oh, the bigger the dollar amount, the bigger the pain. I'm saying some people, they probably gave what they had, like in their savings, and that's very painful to lose that. The I don't know much about real estate flipping. I don't know anything about it, but there was something that stood out to me with the Envy and Caesar situation, is that they promised a 30-day, what is it? What is the word for it? Like you get your money, you earn your money in 30 days, like a, that seems fishy, because if it was that simple to flip houses and to get this big payout, everybody would be doing it. You know what I mean? Even people with 2 G's in the bank, they'll be throwing those 2 G's your way, because who doesn't want that kind of payout in 30 days? But that sounded to me fishy. But I am like that in general. Like I have a big anxiety about investing. It just seems so scary to me to put my trust in someone and something, and there is no insurance. Like if you invest, this is a risk, and you could lose everything. And I don't know. It's tragic. I I hope those people get their money back somehow. But yeah, 30-day flip, a 30-day payout, that seems very red flag to me. Anyway, so let's move on. That was it for that one. Oh, but let's stay on the that kind of, like, I don't know, I guess I'll put that under hip hop. Another thing is, I heard they were calling themselves trap realtors. Anyway, Drake and Joe Budden, when they had their issue, I listened to the Drake album, but I was in and out of it because I was like, in the streets, looking around, observing. I liked what I heard. I wasn't crazy about it. I love Drake. I have so many songs from Drake that I really love from back in the day. But this one was not bad. It wasn't what I loved about him, but it wasn't bad. So I feel like when Joe Budden spoke about Drake's album, he did it with a passion. Like it felt like hate to me, because he had so much passion regarding how much he didn't like it. And it felt like this at one point, like him saying that Drake is like sleeping with 25-year-olds and stop sleeping with 25-year-olds. It just felt like this, like, that Spider-Man meme when they're pointing at each other. I'm like, if someone goes in your secrets and your past, are they going to find that you too slept with girls that were way younger than you? Or if you could now in this current day, would you? Would you, if you had Drake's status? And another thing, when Drake got at Joe Budden, I didn't really feel like those were disses for like. He made Joe Budden sound like a successful man to me. Like, you have a house. It's not easy for people to own a house today. The disses were not dissing. That's how I felt. I'm like, yes, he's not on your celebrity. He doesn't have all your money, but he's not, clocking in a 9 to 5 and trying to like live paycheck to paycheck. He is, he's pretty successful in his own right. I do think that it was, it was good. Like the disses were hard, because it's like the biggest diss that for me hurt my heart was like you didn't live up to your dreams. That shit hurts. Like, I'm living your dream. That's painful. But that's the beginning and the end of the disses to me. Everything else is like, you're not as rich as me, but that's not a diss. Anyway, Krayshawn. Okay, so Krayshawn, it's hard because she's a new mom, and Krayshawn recently said, actually, let me play it for you. I hope I don't get in trouble for playing this, because she used a word that's derogatory, and I'm gonna play it. But let's see. I saved it on here so that I can just have a playlist for these things. 1 second. Where is it? Sorry, everybody. Well, she says something pretty much like, I'm going to dress masculine, like a masculine lesbian. She used the D word, which I'm not supposed to use, but I would say butch, right? That's a good word. That's like, butch to me means masculine. But she used the D word, and she was like, I'm going to dress more masculine because I'm the mom and the dad. I'm like the mom and the dad in my child's life, her newborn. I guess the dad is not around, or whatever the case is. And she feels like she doesn't want him to absorb femininity. Like, it sounds like, without her saying it, she doesn't want him to be like a homosexual or a gay person. She doesn't want her son to pick up on that energy and become that, which is, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works to be gay or homosexual. I don't think you pick up on your mom's energy and swinging of her hands. Like, she literally said the hand movements. That just felt bad. That made me feel like, damn, because when it comes to children, that is my top sensitivity. Like, number one, the thing that kills me is harm and violence against children in general. Harm in general, because now it seems like she's not going to let him become. Like, she's taking away his autonomy. She's taking away his right to just grow and become a human being. She's already trying to mold him into something. And so with the ignorance, like, she's like, I'm gonna dress a certain way and I'm gonna be like this. Like, she literally put like a little tough stance because she's raising a son. That's absurd. But the bigger meaning in that was just like, yo, you're literally already taking away his beautiful opportunity to just be himself and not have to try and find himself in the future. You're taking it away when he's not even like, how old is this baby? Like a few weeks? It was just really sad. And I don't know what to think about people like that, because I want to believe. I want to believe in the world. I want to believe that it's going to be okay one day, but I really find it difficult to. I find it so difficult to believe in tomorrow, because the kids that are being born with parents that shouldn't be parents. And that's a big, ugly statement to make, right? To say that someone shouldn't be a parent, it's ugly. It's huge, but it might be true. It might be true. It's like, yeah, that happened. But also, just going back to like Blueface and his mother, actually. There was like gossip that went around. Blueface actually said it himself. He said that he had some intimacy with Meg Thee Stallion, who I love. And the internet was like, his mom had said a while back that she wanted him to have a baby with Meg Thee Stallion, right? And I guess the internet was like, no way, Meg is way too good for him. And that offended his mother. And when Blue went on whoever's show, I think it's Jason, which I actually like him. He went on a show and he said that he had he like had a moment with Meg. He didn't say it that clean. He was very rude and crass about it. I'm just saying it that clean. His mom then went and said something like, yeah, I thought she was so like too good for my son. And it turns out that she was like on her knees. And that just made me think like, okay, these people are totally new to my radar. But I follow someone, Lovely T, on here, and I like her. I like her. I don't agree with everything she says, but I'm an adult. I don't agree with everything anyone says. But I do like her. I enjoy watching her. And she talks about celebrity gossip. And sometimes, you know, I tune in because I like to be abreast to things. I like to know what's up. Anyway, so she played this long clip from his mom, and I couldn't, like, my insides were I couldn't take it. You know, when you feel physically like I have to turn this off, I feel sick, but I didn't. I kept listening to it. And then I thought, okay, so if she's offended by the internet. Meg never said, I'm too good for him. I'm too good for your son. Ugh, never, never. She's been quiet. She's been living her life and building her home and building her new community. You know, losing your mom, being in this big, ugly legal battle. She's doing it on her own. She's doing her thing quietly. Didn't say a peep. The internet says something. The internet's full of wackos and weirdos, and it offends you to the point that you bring her down. This innocent person, essentially innocent because she hasn't showed us anything ugly. And then I thought about Blue, and I'm like, this is it. This is the issue. It had to start at home. It had to start at home. I think that we all have our own spirits. I do believe that we are born a certain way, right? And like for me, I am my own person. I have been this way for so long. Like I tell ya, I really strongly feel like we changed, but not that much. At the core, you are who you are. I have been this way for ages, since I can remember. I have been Isabel. I've been me. So I feel like you all have that soul that you're born with. But nurture is huge. Nurture is gigantic. And if we are born into a home with that kind of toxic way of thinking, it just makes it harder for us to become people with like values and morals. It makes it really difficult because where are the consequences? Where are the consequences? If someone that's completely innocent said nothing about my son, the world said something, and now I'm attacking her when she literally hasn't done anything wrong. Like, where are the consequences? There are no consequences. And I know their relationship is actually fractured at the moment, mother and son, and that's sad too. But it's like, this is what I'm talking about with like Krishan and her baby. This is what happens. Like you take this innocent creature and you just take all the possibilities and all the beauty and all the hope and all the dreams and the creativity and everything that they could be and should be, and you have your ugliness into fear. That's really sad. That's so sad. And I'm not taking guilt from anybody. Like once you're an adult, sorry you had it rough. Sorry that you had it rough. Sorry that your mom was this way, your dad was this way, but it doesn't give you the right to go harm others. Deep down inside, you know you're harming others. It's a feeling that you're aware of. But yeah, okay. So, okay, Jada Pinkett. Oh, I used to love her. I mean, not that I don't love her anymore, but I fell off. You know, like I think I'm saying I used to love her because I'm a movie lover, and whatever she came out with, I went to see. Jada is promoting a book, promoting a product that she would like to sell, that she would like to earn a lot of money from, to do well. She is going to talk about it. She's going to talk about that book on all the shows. She's going to promote it. She's going to do the whole marketing thing. That's what you do. That's what you do. I don't understand how everybody is like attacking her. Like, oh, like leave us out of this. We don't want to hear this anymore. But then just keep scrolling, right? I keep scrolling when I see something that turns my stomach. When there's a face on my phone that I do not like. When there's a person I do not like. When there's certain topics I don't like, I literally press the 3 little buttons, the menu, and I say not interested, don't recommend again. And by the way, that doesn't always work, and it's kind of tricky. I don't know how to, on Instagram it works, on YouTube it doesn't, because I try to avoid specific topics that are traumatic to me, and somehow they keep popping up. But yeah, you can keep scrolling. Let this woman make her money. I think that the men, is so obvious why the men don't like her and are bashing her and calling her names and all this stuff and saying that she's embarrassing. Well, it's because they don't know how to handle a woman like her. I'm not saying that she's wrong or right, but let's say that she stepped out of her marriage. Let's say she broke her vows. Let's say whatever happened, she's owning it. She's saying, this is what I did. This is my story, and I'm going to tell my story. And that's what's bothering people. People want you to be ashamed. They want you to go under a rock. They want you to go into a hole, and you never come out. You did a bad thing. You stay under there. If you're a woman, because if you're a man, you could cheat all day, and boop, nothing's going to happen. It's expected of you to cheat. It's nothing. But if you're a woman, you better hide. You better go run and hide and get on your knees and repent. People don't want to see you. They don't want to see strong women that own their good and their bad. They don't want to see that shit. That's the issue when it comes to men. When it comes to women bashing Jada, I think that it's will. I think that people are like, oh, I would do anything for a will. Like, how dare you? How dare you do this to that man? That man that I would pray every day. Thank you, God, for this man. But Will, on the other hand, loves and supports Jada. That's it. Who knows if they're in love? Who knows if whatever the case may be regarding the marriage and the intimacy and the romance? You know what's there? The love. The love is there. The support is there. That is his friend. And she always will be. So why are you so mad if he's not? It's a shame, because to me, the ignorance is so loud, because the people like me, the people like me, like you most likely, are just quiet at home, shaking their heads like Jesus, and then turning it off and putting on something TV, or playing with your babies, or reading a book, or reading a magazine, or drinking water. You know what I mean? All the things to better yourself, to continue to feed your soul. But it's the energy, the hate is so loud and it so vibrates. And when it's someone you like, it's strange. But like I said from the jump, I do not always agree with the people I like. And the reason I bring that up is because Amanda Seales, I follow her on Instagram. I love Amanda Seales. I saw her live twice. And it was amazing. The first time it was amazing. It was everything. I didn't realize that it's the same show over and over. Of course, it has to be like, how can she make things up every show? That would be like a superpower. She would be super rich if she could do that. But it was amazing. Either way, right? I listened to her podcast. I haven't in a while, though. I don't know why. I think maybe it's very political, and I don't trust politics like that. And I think that's where I get like, but I don't know. I haven't listened to her podcast in a while. But she was also a part of the, oh, Jada, hush your mouth. I don't want to hear it anymore. Like, stop bringing that to me. But she's not. She's not ringing your doorbell and bringing it to you. She's on the internet trying to sell her book, trying to make money. That's all she's doing. So I was just shocked to see like it affect Amanda, because I think highly of her. I admire her. I do. But that's not the only person that I love and admire that I disagreed with on something this week. And we'll get back to that later. I was saving that for the end, but I had to get right into it. But yeah, like, also, you don't know Will. You don't know him. He's not telling his secrets like Jada is. He's not. And do you think he doesn't have secrets? Come on. He's not. And Jada's not, because that's Will and that's his business. And she loves him. She's not going to blow him up like that. They are close. You know what the word close means? It means like this. It means like this. They are close. They are family. She's not breaking that bond. That's Will's story to tell. I heard he had a book, but I didn't read it. And I don't know if he went into the marriage. Maybe he talked about Will and not quite the marriage. Anyway, whatever. Like, you have to really wonder. Like, I sit down and I question myself all day long. I question myself all day long. The only thing that I feel like I'm doing really well is mothering Son. That's because I feel really good about it. Like, I feel fully confident in how I mother my baby. I feel like I give her everything, and she has brought patience out of me that it has to be heaven sent, because I don't know how she could be so patient. But you don't know this man. So don't, I'm not saying bash him or don't bash him. I'm just saying don't judge her because you think he's a saint. That's foolish. There is no saint walking this earth, first of all. But yeah, so just question yourself. If you find yourself hating on someone or not liking someone, question yourself. Like me, I don't like envy. I don't like to hear him talk. I don't like to hear his voice. Like, I don't like the way he says, like the way he would say water. It's like, it's aggressive. It's very Jersey or whatever. No offense to Jersey people. But I don't like him. And I even asked myself, why do I not like envy so much? And I know why I don't like envy so much. It's because I don't like guys like envy. Like, there's men that are like that you can tell they have an issue deep down inside, and they have yet to find it and fix it. And notice how I said yet to find it. I'm not saying he's not trying to find it. I don't know that man from a hole in the wall. But they have this issue, this inner turmoil, and it makes them act big and bad, and it comes out very, very corny. It comes out very not genuine at all. And I don't like people like that. And I'm like, why do you not like people like that? Like, I question myself. When someone inspires passion in me, negative passion, I have to say, why? And a lot of people don't do that. And they get on the internet and they just beat you down. And it's so unnecessary. The world doesn't need that. We don't need that. We don't need you bashing someone for promoting a book. It's ignorance. Hey, Orlando. Yes, I was talking about DJ Envy. I just say Envy, even though it's such a terrible name because I feel like with everything that I see in him, it's like he does have like an envious spirit, like a jealousy, like an not insecurity. He has a deep insecurity. He just, I wish I think he could change his name like Diddy. Diddy changes his name all the time. Anyhow, so let's see. Um, okay, let's go to something lighthearted really quick. The Oyster Girl. That is amazing. Okay. She took down 48 oysters, 4 orders of oysters. That's amazing. Now, I'm shaky. I hate when I get like this. Like, I'm literally trembling inside. Ugh, this is what happens when I miss too long of going live. Like a week and a half, it's gives me like the jitters. Oh, I have to shake it out. Anyway. um, so the Oyster Girl, right? Here's how I see it. And I don't know how you're gonna feel about this, but it is common knowledge that girls sometimes, a lot of the times, they go out for a meal. Like they want to have a meal. Like, look, let me go eat in this restaurant. Let me call this guy that's been harassing me. Go take me out to eat. Yes, that's the thing. I don't think that you should make it so obvious. And she literally made that post talking about, I want to go out. Like, this guy's been sweating me. Let me give him a chance. Let me go eat. She made a post about it. So her intentions were there to use the man for a meal. He was most likely trying to get something out of it too. So, but when you really, really put it in someone's face that you're using them, it's going to be a huge turnoff. And he might just walk away and leave you with the bill. I would do it. I mean, I wouldn't walk away and leave you with the bill. I would probably still go half, but I would probably end that dinner like straight away. Like, okay, you know what? My mom is calling me. I gotta go wash my hair. I gotta go, I gotta go walk my laptop. Whatever bullshit lie I'm gonna make up, I'm gonna make it up to get out of there because I'm being used and it's obvious. Because here we are, 4 orders of oysters in, another drink, something on the side, and it's just you filming it. Like you're filming also. This is all looking very selfish and not at all like what a date should be, which is at least conversation. At the very least, conversation, getting to know someone. And also, if you were hungry, no, you cannot go out on a date hungry. You cannot go out. I wouldn't even like to go out to a restaurant hungry with friends because it has happened to me in the past where I go out and I'm hungry and I don't like what I ordered. And I'm very unhappy about that. And I'm miserable because I'm not, unfortunately, the type to send back my food. I've always been afraid to do it. I feel like they're going to like do something to my food. And I never, ever send it back and I get pissed. So I don't think you should go out hungry. If you were really hungry or if they were just like, what is it? What is that thing called? Like it keeps you wanting more and more, whatever. No. Make sure you put a little sandwich in your belly before you go out. And you look like you were using him because you're recording everything and it's all about the meal. It doesn't seem at all like it was meant to be like a first date or a date. As for the guy, I don't think I would do that though. Unless I really like, I mean, I can't even say that I wouldn't. It's wrong to be treated that way. It really is. I don't know. I just let's see. 1 second. Hey boo, hi. Side to main hustle. Hey, yay, okay. But yeah, like what do you think about the Oyster Girl? I just feel like you made it so obvious that you're using him for a meal that it's really unattractive and it's a turnoff and we got left with the bill because of it. You can't do that. You can't. Because let's say we're like cutting up and we're laughing and we're having a good old time. We order one. Yummy. It was so good. Let's order another one. 3 if we want to be funny. Like, let's be ridiculous and order 3. But 4, and then if it's you eating them, only you, ooh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Okay. So let's see. Okay, Sexy Red is pregnant. And it's okay. It's okay to be pregnant. I just want to talk about her pregnancy just because of one post, that one comment. It was a girl that said something like, I just broke up with my boyfriend. Like, how could you? Like, trying to say, I thought we was in the street. And I think that is very scary to model your life according to like the music or the artist that you like, because they are not selling you themselves. They're selling you what you want. They're selling you a product, and they're not really a product. When the cameras are off, they're not a product anymore. They're human people and they're having sex and they're falling in love, or they're falling in lust and not pulling out and getting pregnant, whatever the case may be, that person and all the songs, I mean, it's like all those posts show us Cardi and Megan and this one and that one, they all talking about being like the city girls or whoever, all talking about being free and in the streets, yet they're all in love and in the corner with that one special guy or two special guys, whatever the case is. But you know, they're selling you something that is trendy for whatever reason. It's trendy and it's fun and it's I know how to make money, and this is how I'm going to make money, and this is the product I'm going to feed you because you want more and more of it. It's like oysters. You're going to just stuff your face with it, and I'm going to make the money, you know. But don't model your life after a celebrity, an artist, or whoever, because you don't know them. You don't know them at all. Let's see. Oh, Halle Bailey's upset, and I mean, is pregnant, and everybody's so devastated, and I understand everyone's devastation because we know the world. We know the world, and we know how things work, and we know that, like, oh, it's almost like she got God, right? She got God. Like, this guy got her. This guy who put her down in a song and talked crap about her in a song. He got her, and she's this beautiful, luminous thing. And here comes this guy, and bam, he got her, and he's gonna do her just like the other guys, and blah 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 blah. Because we've all been jaded and hurt, and we just know somebody that knows somebody, or pretty much you turn on the TV and you just know this is how the world works. Unfortunately, broken families are outnumbering families, and it's really sad. But I don't feel that way about her in particular, just because I feel like this beautiful being and her sister, they have to come from beauty. They have family, they have support, they have money, they have talent, they have grace. They're going to be all right. You know, even if he disappoints us all, she's going to be all right. And that baby's going to be loved. That's how I see it. So yes, even I'm not going to lie. I was like, shoot. But why? Like, why? Because someone hurt me? Because someone hurt my loved ones? She's going to be fine. Let's see. I'm going to read a comment. It's chilly here, and that's what you're seeing. So I'm sorry for because when I listen to a podcast, like I listen to The Friend Zone, and Fran is constantly, and it drives me crazy. It drives me insane. I'm like, oh, Fran, do you always have a cold? If I had tissue, I would just blow my nose and get it over with, but I don't, and I don't want to get up and leave you hanging. And talented. If she's pregnant, she will be okay. It's not the end of her career. She's just getting, yes, okay. She is just getting started. Holly is just getting started. Or wait, Halle Bailey. Holly, right? She's just getting started. I love The Friend Zone. I love them all. I love Dustin. He's so nuts. And I love Asante, because Asante has like this sweetness to him and like a slice of insecurity. And that is kind of, it gives him like this human veil. Like it's just a softness. I love them. And then Fran is Fran. Come on. But okay. And Oyster Girl, Drake. Okay. This hurts. This one here is a tricky subject, but let's see if I can manage this one. This one gets long. Should I save that one for the end? Because it's so long. Let me save that one for the end. Let me just iPhone. I didn't know this. I have an Android. Don't kill me. But yes, I have this beauty flip. I love it. I've always loved Androids. I tried getting an iPad once, and I realized that it was like super jail. Like it was like, everything was like locked. You couldn't really manipulate it. You couldn't make it your own without paying. I can't afford that. Android, I could download whatever the hell I want. So since then, I've been an Android, actually Samsung person. Like Samsung laptop, Samsung TV, Samsung phone. But I just recently learned, because I've been binging Bill Maher. I've been binging Bill Maher, and he talked about iPhone having this, I guess, a breach of privacy, where I mean, it's not really a breach of privacy if they let you know, right? They look through all of your pictures. Like they have something where they scan your photos to make sure there is no pictures of violence against children. And I'm down with that. Like I don't have an iPhone, but if Android was to do that, or Samsung or whoever was to do that, I'd be fine with it. Because like I said, violence against children, to me, harm against children is number one on the list of disgusting violations to humanity, to life, to earth in general, and peace on earth and all that, it is violence against, children, because they grow up and they go whichever way you made them go. So for me, that's paramount. And I wouldn't give a shit if even if I had like wild kinks or crazy screenshots of text messages where I'm bashing someone or they're bashing me and we're arguing, or I don't care what I have on my phone. I just don't care what I have on. Nothing is more important than you finding out if I'm hurting a child or not. And that's how I feel. And that's how I feel like everybody should feel. And that brings me to something else that I got from watching Bill Maher, who I like, but I don't always agree with, because sometimes he sounds a little like, but I do like him. He talked about cancel culture and how we got to like get rid of it and abolish it. And I don't agree. I don't think that we need to like, everybody needs to be like burned alive for whatever. I think there's levels to it. I think there's levels to atrocities. There's atrocities, and then there's you being a douchebag, an asshole. It gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. But I think cancel culture has come in to help us weed these people out, to help us get them and get these monsters the F out of here, like Weinstein, for example. I think cancel culture is very necessary. Now, I think that it becomes our business as the people to say, okay, you're going too far. You're going way too far. When Whippy said the word, I don't know how to spell it, but it's I think it's JYP, GYP or GIP. I'm not sure. My entire life, I never knew that was a racial or derogatory term toward Gypsy people. Never. I am 42 years old. I didn't know that. I had no clue. None whatsoever. The only bad thing that I ever heard about like the Gypsy people is that they steal or some random shit. And I don't even know. I think it's movies that depicted them as being like thieves or whatever. That's it. But Whippy says it and she has to go and apologize and all this stuff. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? I wouldn't want her to lose her job for that. You know why? Because I didn't know that word was bad. I didn't know. So you have to there's levels to it. But we can't just get rid of cancel culture just because, Whippy said a bad word that we didn't really know was so bad and she got in trouble for it and had to come in and apologize. No, because then if we get rid of cancel culture, then monsters are going to go back to being monsters. That's really how I see it. You're just going to have to regulate. We're going to have to be regular human beings and put things on the table and say, okay, how bad is this? Is anyone traumatized for life? Because if you traumatize me for life, if you hurt a child at a young age, you traumatize them for life. And I think you should be in fucking jail for life because you caused that person their life. We're not all Whoopi Goldberg. I mean, not Whoopi Goldberg. I'm sorry. God bless her. When I say someone's name by accident, I send them a blessing because I'm like, you never know. I think that's a Latin thing, honestly. But Oprah, whew, rough childhood. I look at her and I'm like, wow, rough childhood, and look at her. And I'm just going to leave it at rough childhood, but it's bad. It's really bad. But not everybody's like that. Not everybody's like that. And we don't know what she goes through inside. Okay. So that's cancel culture, iPhone. Oh my gosh, I'm coming there. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, just random. Jeezy, the whole stuff with Jeezy, and I don't even know her name. His ex-wife or soon to be ex-wife. Jeezy has not really spoken up about the divorce or anything, but he's going to be on Angie's podcast. Angie Martinez, the voice of New York. And I love Angie. Oh God, I could listen to her talk all day. So if you are interested in that story, and you want to hear what inspired Jeezy to divorce so fast in the marriage and right after having a little one, give him your ear on Angie. I also heard that he had a book out and that it was good. I didn't read that either. I haven't been able to read much. I've just been reading magazines because that's where I'm at now. I'm at the point where I could read tiny little essays at a time. And it's not even tiny essays. It's the New Yorker. And them essays run 4 pages. By the way, you could rent magazines from the library. That's how I got my magazines, from the library. Borrow, not rent. because rent implies that you're like paying for it, right? Why? Okay. So Demona, I love Demona. What a name, right, Demona? Let me see. It's hard for me to consume Bill. I haven't listened to him nowadays. Like I am literally, I can honestly say that it's been about 2 years since I listened to Bill. You know why? Because Soul's dad loves him. Loves him. Soul's dad likes politics, likes to learn about politics. It's admirable. But for me, it makes me crazy because it makes my trust issues bigger and bigger and bigger and wider and wider. And then I become like I drown in them because I don't trust any of these in government. You know what I mean? Any of them. And so it has been that long since I haven't watched Bill because, and probably honestly longer than 2 years because once I had Sol, I had to like go to sleep with her. It was, I was out at 8 o'clock every day. So I didn't get to see Bill, who comes on like at 11 or 12 or something. Anyway, but I've been binging him just to kind of see what's going on in the world because you really do feel like lost. If you, all I do is I'm only with Soul all the time. And that's why I've been binging like everybody's culture report in a way, you know what I mean? Like Lovely T, Bill Maher, you know. But yeah, so let's see. Did I miss anything else? I have 4. Oh my God, you have 4 children? I did not know. How do you do it? How do you do it? I can't do more than one. Oh my. Anyhow, so okay. Demona is from Don't Call Me White Girl podcast. I love Demona. Okay, another person I love and do not always agree with, but I never like harshly disagree with her. Like what? Until recently, until this week, Demona. I don't know. I think she's so damn intelligent. Like she's so smart. Her take on things are so smart, and I don't even remember what it was, but I really wanted to come on here and talk about it. Because I'm like, you see, because nobody was saying what she said. I felt that way, but she's the only one that said it. And I was like, this is why I like this woman so much. She's from Philly, or no, is she from Baltimore? Because she says you, like, like you know how it's weird, the Baltimore accent, how they pronounce you. I can't even do it, but it's like they pronounce like instead of like you, like YOU, they pronounce it like YEW. Like you, I don't whatever. It's so funny to my ears. I think she's from Baltimore, but she talks about Philly. I don't know. Anyway, I love her podcast. I listen to it. I watch her on YouTube actually every week. And this past week, she said something so wild to me that I couldn't believe I was hearing it. But we're all human and we're all flawed. So she said that she doesn't. By the way, I'm watching. Well, not really watching. I'm talking to you. But there's a movie new on Netflix, and it is called Old Dads, and I recommend it because I'm in this space right now. Me and Soul's dad, we're old parents. Like we came and had Soul when we were 39. Absurd. Just because it's like, yo, you're tired. I'm tired. I was meant to sit. But yeah, I like the actors in it, and so I'm gonna rewind it when this is done. But I bet it's good. I don't know. I like all 3, even though I don't know their names. Oh wait, I know one. Bill Burr. Bill Burr. He's the super pasty white man, red hair, bald head, red beard, and he has a black wife. So, that's how I know him so well. Okay, Demona, right? Demona has people calling in and leaving like messages, and that shit kills me. It'd be like hilarious. Like they call her with the random, bits, like with the random need for advice for these super random scenarios. Like, oh, I'm sleeping with my like sister's man, and he's trying to like blah blah blah. What should I do? Or my man has a side piece, and what blah blah. Blah. It's just be nuts. But she gives interesting advice, and sometimes she's just super funny, and she's like, she cuts to like the raw point of it all. But recently, she talked about how she thinks there should be like some kind of law where if a guy says like straight up, I do not want this child, like I do not want to have a baby with you, I do not want responsibility of this child, even though you had sex and you got pregnant, I don't want responsibility of this child. If you keep it, you are taking full responsibility. That should be a law, that if guys want to not be a part of the kid's life in any shape or form, they shouldn't have to be. And that's that. And my jaw hit the ground, and then hit the basement, and then hit the core of the earth, and then got burnt with the magma. But That shout out to Austin Powers and Dr. Evil, whatever his name was. But like, no, never, never in a million years. You know what the world would become if that was a law? Oh my God. Oh my God. If she say, yeah, no, it takes two to tango, but if he's saying no, 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 impossible. Impossible. Because the child, the innocent child deserves more. And at the very, 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 very least, protection of financial support. If you don't want to be around, I can't make you. If you don't want to love this baby, I can't make you. And as a matter of fact, if you don't want to be around, I don't want you around, because God knows what you're going to do. Take him to whoever's house so you can go party. Be unkind to this baby because you have resentment. At the very, very, very least, is child support. You're not going to cut your obligations just because you told me after you got me pregnant, I don't want this baby. That's nuts. That's absurd. And I was so shocked to hear her say that. And then she went and she was like, by the way, I never put my baby dad. I think she has two kids and two baby daddies. I'm not sure. But I know she has two kids. They can have one dad, but I think it's two. And she was like, I never put them on child support. So give me my roses or whatever. Give me my flowers or put my crown, whatever she said. She was like, I know people are going to call me a pick-me. I do not think the Mona is a pick-me at all. Far from it. But I see why she said that, because it sounds very pick-me-ish. But I don't think that that's like trophy. Like, yeah, you're impressing guys that want to get away with making mistakes and not having to pay for them. Sure, you're impressing them. But no, because we got to think about the children. We have to. They need to be protected. They need to be protected. They need to be protected. They need to be protected above all else. The world is never going to be shit if the babies are not protected. But yeah, okay, let me see. Let me see. Yeah, Orlando, like, come on, man. Come on. Like, that's the least you could do is come out of pocket. The least you could do is come out of pocket. Like, you had sex with me, and now what? I was so shocked to hear her say that. Let me see. Looking forward to see. Trying to make a girl. Oh yeah, just randomly, like, because now I'm looking at the notes that I made for every topic. Going back to Blueface, him saying what he said about Meg, is it truth because he said it? Like, is that how that works? Someone says something, not even someone, a guy says something about a girl and it's true because it makes her look bad. He didn't say, oh, she lent me $50K one time when I was broke. He said something negative or something, like vulgar about her, and bam, that's the truth. Everybody's like, oh my God, oh my. How do you know he's even telling the truth? It's a shame. It's the truth because it makes a woman look bad. It makes a powerful woman look bad. It makes a woman that owns herself look bad. It's a shame. It really is. Let's see if I have any more notes. Oh my God, the big topic that I've been trying to go into slowly. It's not even crazy big. It just has to do with ugly. And I feel like if you use the word ugly often, you are very racist, even if you don't know it. All right. So I just want to make sure I did everything, because I can't stand when I'm done and I turn off my camera and I look at my notes and I missed important things that I wanted to touch on. Because when I have these topics, they're in my head. I'm doing them in my brain all night long. Like in my bed next to my daughter, I'm just doing a live, like in my head, I'm going through it. And then I try to get down the notes of the points that I made that I think would touch through the camera, would grab you. You know what I mean? Will make a lot of sense to you. And I hate when I forget. I hate it. So yeah, I think I'm done. I'm going to go to Fanita. I didn't know who this person was at all, but I listened to a hot take. I don't know how these things come up, but they come up, and I'm glad because it gives me something to talk about and helps me practice to express myself. And that's really important. That's what this is all about. I don't know if you know, but this is very selfish in two ways. Is that I'm going through a rough time and I need this to help me. And also I need to learn to speak. I need to learn to express my emotions, not overly passionate, not overly insecure and shy, just in a way that I can get through to you. That's very important to me. And that's what these lives are about. Let's see. I want to play this clip because I need to play it to remind myself of what I wanted to say. I had, oh my God, Orlando, really random. So Orlando, oh God, look at me. I look nuts. But that's okay. That's okay. You see my white hair? They be bling blinging. Jeez Louise. Um, my friend wants me to let it grow, and it would look nice, but I just, you know, um, I have actually considered a podcast. I actually did a few episodes years back. I did it. I taught myself everything. It's so easy. Like you can do this. Trust me. You just have to go online and learn it on YouTube. There's a million people teaching you to do everything. I did it, but it was very difficult to continue having like a one-way conversation. Somehow, being here on camera and having my TV on, and even looking at the messages makes me feel less lonely, and it makes you feel almost like it's a two-way conversation, and that helps me. But when you're by yourself, to do it, I mean, how many people have a podcast where it's just them talking is without guests every week or something like that? It's not easy work. It's it's almost like you lose your train of thought, and there's nothing there to get you back on track. There's no producer in the background telling you what to do, or a guest keeping you going, or comments or TV that makes me think of something, that makes me remember something. So I've tried it. I would love to have one. Like if I had a partner in that way, you never know what the future holds. Like I feel like, yes, I'm 42, but my life is far from over. I have a strong feeling that it's in its own way just beginning again, right? Later grader, that's what she said, right? What's her name? I can't stand when I forget names. So she had a TED talk and she called it later grader because she blew up like in her 40s or something like that. Anyway, look it up. A lot of people blew up in their 40s. Vera Wang started designing when she was like 40 or something. Anyway, let's see. But you keep me sharp, so keep me sharp. Stay here. My podcast would just be about life, I guess. Side. It would just, I mean, it has to be. You know, I could touch on topics that make me feel something, that make me want to talk, because if I care about something, I'm going to talk about it. Like children, you know? Okay, so Fanita, let me go to TikTok because that's where this came up.
She just,
hold on.
When did you move here? Like 2 years ago?
Hold on.
Okay,
I'm gonna play it for you. Okay,
Fanita had weight
so
loss.
Fanita is a girl who is a celebrity, or well, I shouldn't say celebrity. She has too many followers on TikTok. She is a personality. That's what I should say. That's what everyone calls themselves. Personality. She was a heavier girl. She's very pretty. Was a heavier girl. And she lost some weight, right? And supposedly, and I bring that up only because that's what the people have brought up. So the people say things like they're trying to bash her, and they're saying that, you know, like, how could you say this? Because she said that she thinks that people are not all beautiful, and we need to be honest about that people are ugly, and we need to just keep it real, blah, blah, blah. And people are like, oh, you're just saying that because you lost weight. And then there's a group of people who are like, no, I've been following her for ages. She's always had this, like, this outlook on life. I don't know this girl from a hole in the wall. She's pretty, but when you talk like this to me, it's problematic. So let me try to find it.
I don't think everyone's beautiful.
So I'm gonna play it for you. This is her hot take, and I
don't. What is your hot take? This is gonna sound really mean, but I promise I'm not a mean girl, even though some people think I am. I don't think everyone's beautiful. Listen. I don't.
Wait, tell me.
And I think we need to stop lying. I think we need to stop. Like, some people are ugly, and that's fine. Like, some people are, and that's okay. Like, not everybody's meant to be, like, attractive. Like, some people aren't aesthetically pleasing to look at, and that's just a fact. And I'm sorry, I'm tired of, like, everyone's beautiful. Like, I think everybody's beautiful on the inside, or has the potential to be beautiful on the on the inside. But I feel like not everyone's beautiful on the outside, and I'll die on this hill. What is your hot take?
Okay. So I've always had this issue with this word ugly. Like, it seems to me that people, when they use the word ugly, they don't realize that they're being racist. Because what features are the features that you think are unattractive? It's a feature issue. It's a feature issue. So the European face, Barbie's face, that's pretty, that's attractive. And the bumpy nose, the big lips, the crooked chin, or whatever the case may be, that's not. It's, you know what I mean? It's, to me, it's racism, and you don't even know it. And it's not just like a white people thing. White people are not the only ones that think like that, or European, whatever. People with European features, they're not the only ones that think like that. There's a lot of black and brown people that are the same exact way. So attractiveness and and finding someone beautiful, beauty and both attractiveness, finding someone attractive and finding someone beautiful, to me, are both in the eye of the beholder. You know how they say beauty's in the eye of the beholder? Both are. I think that who you are attracted to it says a lot about who you are. You know, some people go totally for looks. It's looks over everything. That's it. Other people, it's from the inside out. It's not even from the inside out. Yes, it's from the inside out. It's like, who are you? Are you this beautiful, perfectly symmetrical Brad Pitt with the evil soul? Ew, like, don't touch me, don't kiss me, no, you're ugly. That's how I see that. That's literally how I've been, how I will be until the day I die, you know? So with her saying that, I think it's just a level of like shallowness. It's not weight. It's not you lost weight. That is who you are. If you think like that, you didn't think like that because you lost a few pounds. You think like that because that's literally who you are. You find it, or you could be making a skit, which I don't think so. I think it was real. I think it was her actual thoughts. You could just be, this is you. You're shallow. That's okay. That's okay, but not really. Not really, because it's to me, it's like there's a layer of racism there that I don't think people are like, I don't know, maybe people have talked about this a million times on the internet already and I just don't know, but that to me is what it is. I have, like, throughout my life, I've had crushes on people that are like popular, like people find attractive, like Brad Pitt. I saw him in when I was young in Legends of the Fall, which remains one of my comfort movies, which remains one of my favorite movies. Legends of the Fall is excellent film. Him, Dustin Hoffman, and whoever. Julia Ormond, really good movie. And I'm super attracted to him. And also him in Interview with the Vampire. And it's the character that comes out to me. I'm drawn to the character. There's Adam Sandler, who I love in Spanglish, and I became attracted to him. And it's because he was this sweet, kind, gentle husband and father, and everything was perfect about him. And he became someone that I became attracted to, like that, through who you are. Lil Wayne, I had the biggest crush on Wayne, and everybody, even people I love, podcasters that I love, make fun of him, and he looks like a ghoul and all this shit. Listening to Wayne back in the day, the mixtapes and all that, I never heard anything smarter. Like, he was so intelligent, how he weaved these words together. I'm like, shit, you are so smart. And that became something that I started to find him attractive. I started to find his eyes, the way they squint, his smile attractive. And still to this day, I still feel that way when I see him, even though I know he's like problematic now. He says shit, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't change how I felt. And I'm bringing up these people because these are people that people make fun of. Adam Sandler, I wouldn't change the way he dresses at all. You know, like, you like to wear basketball shorts to the Oscars, you do that. I think you're dope. John, Saul's dad, people made fun of his nose my whole life. Even to this day, when we're in a group, people like try to make fun of his nose. I think it's the most beautiful face I've ever seen in my life. Saul's dad. Like, it's the spirit that shines through that makes me think you are delicious, and it makes me literally very attracted to you. Like, very attracted to you. If you are cute by cute standards, if you are pretty by pretty standards, European standards, cool. You know, like, okay. But I don't care. It doesn't make me want to date you. It doesn't make me want to kiss you. It doesn't make me want to get close to you at all. Like, at all. That means nothing. That literally means nothing to me. And I think it has a lot to do with racism. A few years ago at my job, I have a friend. Shout out to her, Jamaica. I love you. I miss you. Someone in our group, like, we work together, a bunch of cubicles everywhere. We all have like each other's numbers, and someone included her and I in a group text by accident, because I know we were not meant to be in this group text. It was a white guy and a girl who was white but Colombian white. Like, she looks like a white girl. I didn't even know she was Colombian until someone told me she was Colombian. I like these two people, the white guy and the girl. I like them, right? They put us in a group chat by accident, and it was a meme about Jay-Z, and it had Jay-Z's lips, and it said, if these lips could kiss Beyonce, you could kiss whoever you want. And I'm like, that Jamaica and I, we didn't bitch, we didn't scream and shout, we said nothing. We knew we were not meant to be a part of this. We didn't judge them, we didn't say nothing, we just acted like we never got it. Like, we're not a part of this text. Like, You know what I mean? Jamaica has a gigantic crush on Jay-Z. She loves that man so much. I find Jay-Z to be very attractive, again, through personality, through his swag, through New York. Like New York, you know what I mean? Like New York swagger is very, very hot. um, uh, but that was a good one to bring up in this conversation, because that was specifically pointing out his features. And that is the problem when people say ugly. It is not you are it's your features. It's not this. The attractive conversation, the beautiful conversation is features, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I don't like it. I can argue with whoever, and I don't like to use that word. And it's mainly because I don't feel it. And I don't like to say shit I don't feel. I hate when people take me out of character. I hate when people take me out of character. If I say something, I gotta mean it. I gotta mean it, because then I feel dirty and gross. You know what I mean? Like, oh, and it's happened where I say like the worst shit in an argument, and I don't want to say it, or not even an argument, just like when I'm complaining to a friend, I'm like, this mother effer, blah, 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 and I just start talking shit, and I hate it, because I'm like, you don't think like that. Don't say that, because that's not you. But yeah, that was troubling. And it's like, and then a lot of the internet people, like her fans, were defending her, because it was like, oh, you're only saying this shit about her because she looks the way she looks. Like, because she is this way. But had it been like this other person, you wouldn't be attacking her and blah, blah, blah. And I don't see it like that. I truly don't. It could be that. It could be people trying to humble her. Like, excuse me, miss. You are like all the things that the world doesn't like heavyset, black woman, you know, you don't have straight hair, whatever the case is. You're all of those things. So humble yourself. That, I'm sure people are trying to humble her out there. People stay trying to humble people. For me, it's more of an issue of the inside, the soul. The soul needs to cleanse. The soul needs to take your soul out of your body and let it jump in the river and let it cleanse itself. You know what I mean? Let it just float. Because that kind of thinking will get you nowhere in life. If you are dating people because of their looks, if you're dating people, bringing them into your home, into your circle, just because of their looks, that's going to lead you to scary places. That has really dangerous potential. But you can't control. That's the way the world is. You know, you just can't control it. I don't, you know, I think I'm gorgeous and beautiful and all that. I have my own insecurities, but I really do think I'm beautiful. But you know what happens to me? I'm going to make a confession. I feel like I look like Saul. I told my friend that one time. Well, he's not my friend. He's an asshole. We're not friends anymore. We're really not, because he wasn't like here for me in this hard time in my life. And he just called me all the time to complain about his life. And I'm like, yo, am I that? Like, am I like for you to call and complain? Like that, like, I need you. Like, let's hang out. Let's be friends. And you can't do that. Like, what the hell? You know what I mean? But I told him that I look like Saul, and he was like, no, I can't unsee it. And I, you know, I have big cheekbones, I have a pointy nose, I have a pointy chin. I look like Saul. That's how I feel. And I will confess to you that I can't look at my reflection at night. My whole life, I've never been able to do that because I have olive and it kind of glows. I'm not going to lie. I kind of glow at night. Like, and I have long black hair, straight long black hair. And who am I? I'm every girl in every scary movie. I can't look at my reflection in the dark. Like my TV, when the commercial goes black, like the 3 seconds that the screen goes black and I see myself, I get scared. I get scared because all the movies have told me that I have like a bad witch face. I'm a witch. This is a witch's features. You know what I mean? But do I think I'm, and it's not like, oh, I'm so full of myself. I'm so cute. No, it's literally, I think I'm beautiful. I look in the mirror and sometimes like, God, I'm so pretty. I'm so beautiful. I don't expect it. I shock myself at my beauty and at the gorgeous skin and all this stuff. I'm like, geez, Louise, you're cute. That comes from within. That's who I am. You know what I mean? My insecurities, I have a bunch. Well, not that many, but I have cellulite and I don't like it. You know what I mean? That's it, honestly. If I had to decide, that's about it. Because I feel like health is wealth and I have that and I just can't complain about shit else. I can't. I'm healthy. I feel like I have all the wealth of all the nations. But with that, let me check some messages. 1 second. I'm sorry that I be all slouchy reading messages. By the way, I need your help. Does anybody out there have progressive lenses? My vision changed like literally overnight and I couldn't see the same. Like I had glasses on one day and I went to read my messages and I couldn't read them. And I said, I almost caught a panic attack. I thought I was dying. I was like, I gotta go to the hospital, something's wrong. And it turns out that when you hit a certain point in life, your vision just literally, it's not even something that gradually happens. It just happens. So now the cure will be progressive, not the cure, like the resolution will be progressive glasses. And I've been online Googling, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Should I get them? Should I get them? Everyone says it takes some getting used to. And once you're used to it, you have to keep them on. Like, you have to fully depend on glasses, like have them on when you're awake all day long. And I don't like that because, like, right now I can read subtitles without glasses. But on a day where I wear my glasses all day, if my head starts hurting a lot, I'll wear my glasses all day. Because I think it's because I can't see and it's bothering my vision. It's like overworking my head. and then I'll put my glasses on. And then when I take them off, I can't read subtitles anymore. I can't read the titles of the movies on Netflix. And that really scares me. So the more I wear them, the more I get used to them. My brain gets used to them and my brain needs them. I don't want that. So that's everybody online says you got to keep them on. That is the only way to make it work. And that makes me afraid. So if anyone has any advice, please give it to me. Progressive glasses, do it, don't do it. Let me know. Okay. Now let me read messages. You ever listen to the Solomon Ray podcast? He does his alone and he's funny. He says some wild stuff sometimes, but I like him. Okay, I'm gonna listen to him tonight. Some people think that if they're not attracted to a person, that means that person is ugly to them. Shaking my head. Very true. All very true. Like, it's not that. It's beauty and attractiveness is really in the eye of the beholder. But if you're going around calling people ugly, then you're the one that's ugly. Your spirit is ugly. And that's that. That is the truth. You know what I mean? Anyway, I have to learn to keep my videos that I want to play on here in a playlist and get to that playlist fast, because when I want to show something to you guys, I can't. And it always helps me when I hear it freshly, when I have a fresh listen and I can really think and feel at that moment and then go off on it. But I think that's it for now. Let's see, how long do I have on here? No way. Holy crap. It's 11. I did it for an hour. All right. Okay, that's good for my watch time on here. I'm trying to get the minutes up. Okay, so tomorrow is supposed to be super rainy, so I might not even go anywhere but to work out and stuff. So I'm gonna do the outfits tomorrow. I'm gonna film them and the editing, Jesus Christ, because I need it for TikTok. Because for TikTok, I have a few new followers, and I think they're waiting because I can see they keep viewing my profile. So I'm they're looking to see if I put up new shit, and I have to put up new stuff to keep them. I have to be consistent on TikTok. It's just the editing, but I'm gonna do that. But I'm also gonna go live showing you my coats, my little coat collection. So I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for hearing me out for an hour. Please let me know what you thought about my video, and let me know where I can improve. Don't be shy. Please let me know where you think I can improve. Whether it's my appearance, whether it's my tone, whether it's my shakiness, whether it's whatever you can sense in me, my energy. Let me know where I can improve. I can tell you thank you for this evening, because today's a really hard day for me, but I got here, I got on live, and I'm doing it, okay? I was very shaky, my hands are cold because I'm nervous, essentially my body's nervous. You've helped me a lot, and I'm so thankful for you today. Like always, I love you very much, and I hope you tune in tomorrow, or if not, replay it. Thank you for sharing this hour with me. Yay, see you tomorrow. I love you. Have a great evening.